Summer drawing to a close here in the southeast. The roof is closed at the wondrous Mercedes-Benz Stadium due to the hot temps still outside here in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
At the 33-yard line.
They run. It's Gurley. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan. Connect with Barrios. And getting this just shy of midfield, they're spotted at the 49. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And there's a catch by Todd Gurley, and that has to remind us that's exactly what we've seen in him throughout his career when he's at his best. He can run it. He can catch it. He led the league in total yards from scrimmage in 2017 with nearly 3,000. Todd Gurley, when he's on point, is quite a weapon for the Atlanta Falcons.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in the game.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. First and goal at the 1. They'll try and push it down Gurley. And Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team, because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. Flushed out right. Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
10-10 at their own 28-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll try the counter here. Cohen. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll try to run for it with Cohen.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
The ball carrier taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Play action. Now Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20.
complete.
A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards.
First down,
a very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. He's got the hook up to Miller. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Falcons nothing.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run forward to Tariq Cohen. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early? A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
At the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. First down, a run with Cohen. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 now.
18-yard line.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And it is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chicago. Cole Richardson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. He'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
The tackle made at the 40.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there's a run there by Todd Gurley. We all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lions pass taken in by Ridley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
I know I'm one of those that overuses certain terms, and this one, explosive, is what we use for a lot of receivers, but that's Calvin Ridley. Nice catch there, and not only is he explosive, he's been very productive. Since being drafted in 2018, one of the top touchdown rates in the league as a wide receiver.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
It's 2nd and 8.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this 1st half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
On the return, the Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
A shotgun handoff to Patterson. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. They go play action here on 1st down. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Chicago.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Trubisky's
A gain of 6 there on first.
Richardson.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown here in this first half, as the Bears push further out in front.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Taken in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that play.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll be out right at the 35. 22 yards there, first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He gets it to Gurley, complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. To throw again is Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete on the Hail Mary. Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Ryan will throw again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They're running with Gurley. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
And the Bears first down.
This is Cohen. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Eluding the pressure right. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. On first down, Trubisky toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's second and 10. Now Trubisky. And they set up the screen. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Play action. It's Trubisky. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Eddie Pinheiro for the Bears field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Looking deep for Julio. This is intercepted. And Jackson picks it. A very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, They're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
All you got to do is look at it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 32. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Gonna let one fly for run, and this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Allen Robinson.
Give him 32 on the play.
Chicago.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second and goal.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Again, it's Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown.
Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bears continue to pour it on. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Falcons 3. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Here's Oliver. Well, it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This one caught by Ridley. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, we talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again, Ryan. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Again, Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
1st and 10.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. But look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Gurley breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is.
Sterling Hofrichter to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Cohen on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Back now in Atlanta. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now Cohen. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They try again with Cohen. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Trubisky will throw. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown.
Allen Robinson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears add on. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Ryan. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking downfield for Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the rookie, Jalen Johnson. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And they're well past across midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11.
What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
On the coverage.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep. He's got him in, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From midfield now, here's Ryan. James has it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On 1st down, Ryan. And this is caught at the end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
At the 6-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Ryan.
You thought you had it.
Goodness, interception. Snags it for the pick. And take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they close.